Welcome back everybody, and we are here for some more Southampton, and today we have games against Bournemouth and Watford. But before that, you may remember we had a Capital One Cup game, or a Carabao Cup game, sorry, against Portsmouth to play. League One side, and that didn't go quite as well as we wanted it to, as you can see here. It was a 1-0 win in extra time with Stefan El Shaarawy getting the goal, and actually I think I'll show you that goal right now because it was pretty decent. So you'll see here 95 minutes into extra time, and they're just passing it around quite nicely. They work it out here, they bring it back into the centre, and yeah, they just sort of pass the ball nicely. We close them down well though, stop them getting too much time, and then Trippier's able to knock them off the ball. Hadet picks it up, we work it forward very nicely. Tadic here plays it out wide to Richie, who came on for Gabbiadini, our only substitution of the game. Into Petagna, who slots forward El Shaarawy, dodges the tackle and slots it straight past the goalkeeper. It was a very nice goal, to be honest, two of the new signings combining. And I did say when we signed El Shaarawy that I wanted that player who could just sort of be a bit selfish and take something by himself if he needed to. And I think sort of by creating that run there, he's starting to demonstrate that, which is quite nice. So that does mean we are in the next round of the Carabao Cup, and as you can see here, that does mean we play Liverpool. Now, I'm not going to bring you that game, it's just still a bit early in the Cup for my liking, and we will play Liverpool twice this season already, so it's not like it's a huge fixture. But I'm hoping we can take that on. It might seem like a daunting task, but you've got to remember last year we did have Chelsea, and we came past those in the third round as well, so who knows, maybe we can just about pull it out. But let's take you into the tactics for today's game, and as you can see, there are a couple of minor problems. The first one being Dusan Tadic is still a little bit low on fitness. He picked up a bit of a knock towards the end of the Portsmouth game, and although he's pretty much recovered, he's not in 100%, so going to be playing Davy Klaassen today. And also Ryan Bertrand is still out. Fortunately, he should be back for the Watford game due to the international break giving him time to recover, so that's beneficial. But other than that, no major changes, just Klaassen in and Charlie Daniels still starting. I'm really hoping we can get something against Bournemouth today, considering how close we were to them last season. So let's go in and let's see what we can do. So you may see here, they've changed their system up a little bit. You might remember they were playing the 4-3-3 last season with their main man being Ryan Fraser, who appears to not be featuring today. Even on the bench from what I can see. Also Joshua King, who was a very good player for them, also again on the bench. So that may give us a little bit more of a chance, or they may have upgraded. I'm not really sure. Looks like they've got a couple of new players in here. Eduardo Vargas and Tony Vilhena. I don't remember playing for them, so maybe that will have an impact. Maybe it'll be for the better, maybe it'll be for the worst. Let's go into the game and let's find out after we fail a team talk by aggressively saying we owe Bournemouth. Hey, it wasn't too bad. The three forward players all gained confidence, or three of the forward players, I should say. El Shaarawy, Klaassen and Petagna. And then the back four as well seemed motivated, so that's good. Let's get into the game. Why does my nose feel so blocked? 2 minutes in then, and there is a highlight already. Davy Klaassen on the ball. El Shaarawy played through, and can we find a killer ball? El Shaarawy on the right-hand side, passes across to Gabbiadini, and we win a penalty, and this happened against Portsmouth. Charlie Daniels missed a penalty very early on into the game. He seems to be the best taker, so I'm just going to let him step up, and he buries this one in the league when it counts against Bournemouth. Charlie Daniels puts us 1-0 up 3 minutes into the game. Now, we went up very early against Newcastle as well and ended up losing that game, so I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but you can't deny that's an excellent start to a team that gave us a lot of trouble last year. But they do look to be coming forward here. Harry Arter plays the ball across. Eduardo Vargas now on it, and Horn barely keeps it out, saving it off of the post. They are still in possession, though, and looking to break down this right-hand side. Fagner crosses in the ball. Hadet heads clear, and maybe we can mount a counter-attack here. Klaassen up to Petagna, knocks it across to James Ward-Prowse, holding the ball up like we want him to. The ball from Ward-Prowse is poor, though, and the highlight fades out. Davy Klaassen is on the ball here then, gives it to Arthur, and maybe we can work something going forward. A good ball from Petagna through to Gabbiadini, but the shot is not good enough. He literally had the whole net shoot at, and he chooses straight at Begovic, and should be 2-0 up there, really. It was an excellent ball, though, from Petagna, who so far has actually been very impressive for me. Working the ball well. Okay, late into the first half, we do have a highlight. Petagna knocks it across to Ward-Prowse. Arthur, who has been one of our better players so far, gives it to Klaassen, who gets tackled, Looked like he was upended there to me, but they are on a break. Vargas takes the shot, saved by Timo Horn, and Delete clears out for a throw-in. Excellent employment of if in doubt, get it out there, and that is going to take us into half-time, I do believe. So, arguably, should be doing a little bit better, but we're 1-0 up. We can't be too upset with the performance. I'd just like if we took our chances a bit more, to be honest. We just seem to be quite wasteful. So, let's go into the dressing room, and I want to guard against complacency. Let's say things going well, but I know you're capable of even better, and let's say that assertively. Okay, a couple of players look to gain confidence or seem motivated. James Ward-Prowse and Matthias Delete. So, let's get into the second half and try and build this lead up a bit more. Let's get a bit more of a lead here. Okay, they've got the ball out in the left back position. Then Nathan Aki lumps it up. Delete wins the header, but Vargas is the one who finds the second ball. And they are still in possession here as Cresswell's on it and left back. Servi on the ball, gives it to Vargas, and it's an easy finish. He had acres of space in the centre of our box. That's just not good enough. And defensively, we do just seem a little bit poor. I think defensive positioning is something we need to start working on a little bit. You'll see here, Aaron Cresswell, he must be a new signing for them, just puts in a decent ball to Servi. Finds Vargas in just far too much space. Not a lot Horn can do about it. I think we can agree that if Horn had have saved that, it would have been an excellent save. Like, it's not something you'd expect. But yeah, 1-1. Disappointing. They put the ball in. Hadet heads clear to Klaassen, and we are now in possession and maybe can mount an attack. Gabbiadini through to Arthur. Can he find that ball? That killer ball. Klaassen might be able to, though. Gabbiadini puts it into the box. Petagna at the header, and we are back in the lead. 2-1 up. Petagna with his second goal of the season. The assist coming from Manolo Gabbiadini. The two link up very nicely. Great cross. Unfortunate here that the ball couldn't come from Arthur. It just sort of gets tackled, but fortunately it falls to Klaassen on that second ball, and he puts out a good ball to Gabbiadini, crosses it in, simple header for Petagna. That's 16 heading, coming into work for the target man, and we are back in the lead, 2-1 up. So, as the game looks to tick out here, I'm going to pause and make a couple of changes. We're going to go more controlling. I did this a few times last season, I'm going to start employing it more, I think. Just try and see out the game, and at the same time, we are going to bring on Scott Sinclair just for an extra bit of legs down that left-hand side. An extra bit of legs, that can't be how you say that phrase. Just some fresh legs down that left-hand side, I know that works. So you can't have extra legs. And there's a temptation to bring on Tadic for the last few minutes just to maybe see out the game, and I think I'm going to do it. Klaassen has had a good game, don't get me wrong, but I just have that bit of faith in Tadic that I think could help us see out the game. So let's get those on the pitch then, and hope that they don't cost us. We have a throw in here then, 82nd minute. Charlie Daniels to Tadic. Tadic back on the ball, crosses the ball in, but it doesn't quite find it. Landed in between two players. We are still in possession though. Trippier to Delete, who's been excellent so far this season. Daniels to Sinclair. Tadic, we are trying to build something. He plays through Petagna, goes for the shot. Begovic saves, and it was offside anyway, but still, good in possession there, well worked. And time is ticking down rapidly. 89th minute, 90th minute, 91st, 2nd, 3rd. And it looks like, as we have a free kick in the dying seconds of the game, that we are going to pick up our first victory of the season. And we do, against Bournemouth, a side we struggled against a lot last season. A very, very good win for us. A side I really wanted to see us beat, and I'm glad that we did so. Look at that, they're all extremely delighted. I don't know if you can see them all, I hope you can. But all in all, a good performance, I think. We didn't necessarily do fantastic with our possessions. I think we should have finished a few shots a bit better, or maybe picked out a couple more chances where there could have been, but we essentially dominated the game. If you see from... Actually, no, they dominated the game. I don't know, it felt like all the highlights were in our favour, so I don't know if we were just forcing long-range chances. I mean, I showed you at least 90% of the highlights there, and the majority of them were in our favour, so... I'm not really sure. Maybe we were forcing long-range efforts or something like that, but we didn't see them anyway. So, either way, we did manage to pick up a 2-1 win, and we will go into this game against Watford, hopefully in high spirits. But first, an international break. So, let's take bets. I'm going to go with 3 injuries to the first team and bench, as you see it here. So, to these 18, 3 injuries of varying degrees. Hopefully nothing serious. Let's find out.